Hello, this is a story about Mrs. Armitage, who likes bicycles just like Postman does. This story is written by Quentin, Mrs. Armitage on Wheels. Mrs. Armitage was out on her bicycle. Breakspear the dog ran alongside her. A hedgehog walked across the road. Tring, tring, went Mrs. Armitage on the bell. What this bike needs, said Mrs. Armitage to herself, is a really loud horn. Mrs. Armitage bought 3 horns. They were all very loud. Beep, beep, honk, honk, pa-hee-pa-ha, went Mrs. Armitage on her horns. Well, then the chain came off, and by the time Mrs. Armitage had got it on again, her hands were all black and greasy. What this bike needs, said Mrs. Armitage, is somewhere to wash your hands. So she got a bucket, a towel, and a soap rack with a bar of soap, and she hung them all onto the bike. And off she went with beautifully clean hands. What this bike needs, she said, if it's to be looked after properly, is a tool kit. So she got a toolbox with spanners, screwdrivers, hammers and oil, and she fixed it onto the back of the bicycle, and off she went. By now, Mrs. Armitage was beginning to think about food. What this bike needs is somewhere to carry a light snack. So she got a tray for apples, bananas, cheese and tomato sandwiches, and a holder for a bottle of lemonade and a flask of cocoa, and special basket for dog biscuits for Breakspear. And she fixed them all to the bike, and off they went. But by now, poor Breakspear was feeling tired running alongside. You could tell because his tongue was hanging out. What this bike needs, said Mrs. Armitage, is something for a faithful dog to ride on. So she got some iron brackets, some nuts and bolts, some cushions, and she made a seat for Breakspear the dog. And off they went. They had stopped beside the road for some sandwiches, but it began to rain. Oh, great heavens, said Mrs. Armitage. What this bike needs is something to keep the rain off. So she got 2 umbrellas, one large, one small, and she fixed them onto the bicycle. Riding through the rain, Mrs. Armitage began to feel rather downhearted. What this bike needs is a bit of cheerful music. So she got a transistor radio and a mouth organ so she could join in, and she fixed them to the bike, and off they went. Mrs. Armitage was turning the pedals so fast and blowing the mouth organ so hard that soon she was nearly exhausted. What this bike needs is a bit of extra oomph. And so she got some wood, some ropes, some tarpaulin, and she rigged up a mast and a sail and added a few yards of bunting and an anchor into the bargain. Wow, she's made a sailboat bike. And off they went with the wind behind them, faster and faster and faster and faster, until crash, crunch, clang, clatter, thud, pa-hee-pa-ha. Oh dear. What this bike needs, said Mrs. Armitage, is taking to the rubbish dump. And what I need is... I wonder what she's thinking about. Whoopee! She's got a new way to travel. But what these roller skates need, said Mrs. Armitage to herself, what these roller skates need is... I wonder what she's thinking. We don't get told in the story. What do you think it was? What's she going to do next? I like that story. Bye-bye.